Hi guys, this is your stock doc. Well, I need to change my name because I am not focusing on stocks anymore at the moment. I have some long-term investments. So of course I spoke about that on my other videos, but I'm focusing on my business now. So ever since I came to this country, I've always wanted to open up some kind of business that helps, pretty much everyone who needs it. And I've always wanted to provide a free service for people in the community, right? Not everyone has health insurance. So doing some things, like just routine blood pressures and stuff in the community can really help. I have a friend who is a psychologist. She is doing stuff like that around the community, and I really admire that. So this is why I wanted to start my business. It's a part of it. So currently, I work as a practitioner doing health assessments for the insurance companies. Now, of course, I do this through a company, so I will be cutting out the middleman and just billing the insurance companies by myself. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because going out in the community, I see a lot. I see how many people do not have access to health care. So of course I'll be doing this and billing the insurance companies, but I also see an opportunity to be able to help those communities that I'm going into. One of the things that I do currently is provide blood pressure machines, night lights, puzzles to the current patients that I go to visit if they're not, if they don't have it. So I do that personally, especially, if their blood pressure is out the window, and a lot of them don't want to go to the hospital. So I at least give them the option to at least check their blood pressures. But anyways, the business. I wanted to quickly, let you guys know what I'm learning, because I am all about knowledge, right? Whatever I learn, I like to put it out there. This in particular, though, really, really boggled me, because I went on YouTube trying to find something about what I'm trying to do, right? And apparently there is not a lot of practitioners that are doing this. So I wasn't able to find any information. And that's also one of the reasons that pushed me to actually start pushing this out there also, because a lot of practitioners don't know about this. So I'll put that information on YouTube and hopefully someone will find it helpful. But the first thing I want to talk about is starting a business, specifically in Alabama, right? This is where I am. So, of course, this is where my business will be. Future-wise, I will be doing telehealth in other states, but this is where I'm starting. So, I just want to talk briefly about how to open up a business and maybe the experience that I went through. Now, I just want you to know, opening up a business don't have to be as hard as I did it, but because I'm a learner, I wanted to go through the entire process just to see how it was, and it was very interesting, to say the least. Okay, all right. So, starting a business in Alabama. Now, the first thing you have to do, or the first thing you would want to do, is go to the IRS website and get your EIN number for your business. Yes, you have to get an EIN number so you can start your business. And of course, we always have to pay taxes, right? So you go get your EIN number, and then you go to the state and also the county. I had to register with the state and the county. So I'm going to walk through that process with you. Now, the first thing is go in to get your EIN number. there are a bunch of ways you can file, what kind of business you want to file. However, for the most common is filing or opening an LLC, right? And that's for business that usually makes under 50,000. They do recommend that. However, I am going to be opening an S Corp, and there are differences between those. I could actually do a video of that. But one of the reasons why, my reason is to open up a S Corp. I said S Corp, I'm sorry. Is to open up an S Corp is to be able to cut down on taxes, right? So, like I said, it's a lot that goes into that. So, you open up your EIN, you start your EIN, and that it's very quick, surprisingly, on the IRS website. However, how did I make it complicated? Well, I wanted to learn. I wanted to see what was going to happen. So, I opened up the EIN actually the beginning of October. I wanted to, start the new month that way. So I opened up the EIN on the IRS website, and apparently it's a short tax year, right? So what does that mean? Meaning that it's not a full calendar year. A calendar year is from January to December. But this is a short tax year for me, because if my business opens in October, then November, December, that would be 3 months of filing that I am liable to do come next year. Okay. I also had the option to file for a fiscal year. Now, the fiscal year starts on the day you choose. So if I want the fiscal year to be start from October, then I'll start my fiscal year from now and then, to next October. But I don't want to do that. I didn't want to make it that complicated, so I chose the less complicated version, which is filing for the short year. So with filing for the short year, I had to fill out another form. On the IRS, it's forms that you have to fill out. And the form that I had to fill out for the EIN, and because I'm getting an S Corp, I had to fill out 1120. That's the form that you want to look for if you're filing, is the form 1128, not filing, opening up your EIN account. So that would be form 1128. But because I said I want a short file, I have to also submit a form for that. Okay. In the meantime, though, like I said, I filed for S Corp, and S Corp is form 2553, right? Now, the thing is, filing for an S Corp with the IRS, you don't automatically qualify for S Corp. So they keep it under the corporation tab until they review stuff that you send in, which is a one sheet form. And that would be the 1128. Okay, so now after all of that with the IRS, I went to the state, right? So the state have their own website, which is sosalabama.gov, and you go to business entities. It was kind of, for me, it was kind of not really too self-explanatory. I had to do a bunch of clicking around. And I chose domestic corporation, and the domestic meaning that I'm not going to be having any business outside of the country. I'm already at 9 minutes. Ooh, it's going to be a long one. All right. So the filing fee for the Alabama state is $200. And this is a yearly fee from my understanding. So with that, you get the certificate of name reservation, which lasts about 24 hours. And once they do that, then the next day someone will reach out to you and let you know, hey, this is approved. You just need to pay a $25 fee for that. So ultimately it came up to $225 plus tax. Now, for the county, I had to go to the county site. It's revenue.bl.jccal.org. I had to go there and sign up with them, also register my business with them for me to actually have, officially have my business license. So I'm just gonna cut it at this, right? So the takeaway from here is that you need to get your EIN number to start your business. Like one of the starting process is the EIN number. So you can go to the county, state, and file your official business with them. And they would need the EIN number for that. And of course, starting the business in Alabama, I went to the state itself to get my certificate to protect my business name and also make it legal. So that's the takeaway. So I am going to go into other parts of the business that I'm diving into, right? I'll tell you about the mailbox that you would need the website, all that things. I'm just gonna go through everything, the entire process that I'm doing to start my business up. My plan is to get my business up and running by January 1st, 2026. So I've been doing a lot of things in the background. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been really recording. And of course, life has been lifing. Let me tell you, it's been lifing, but you know, that's how life is. You have your ups, you have your downs. Nothing lasts forever, right? So anyways, I thank you for watching, and I will be putting out more videos out there later on. Thank you. Bye.